Welcome back to Mock the Mock, where we take a look at someone else's mock draft, and I mock and give you my thoughts, opinions, and perspective on it. And we're taking a look at Kyle Krabs from the Draft Network's mock draft. He just released it today, so we're going to get a good look at this. Kyle Krabs is one of the guys I really like to look at when it comes to his evals. Look up to the guy. So let's see how I feel about his mock draft. I guess let's go ahead, get into the nitty gritty. He's starting with, and this is based on current Vegas betting odds, so don't get mad at the draft order. Detroit Lions, not going quarterback. I know the quarterback class is kind of shaky right now, but he's going with Kayvon Thibodeau. So I don't got too many qualms. If you're not in love with the quarterback class, you're not in love with the quarterback class. Thibodeau might be the next best prospect. You could throw maybe Evan Neal up in there. You can make a case for Kyle Hamilton, but the safety position, you just don't go first with the safety position. You typically look for protection for your quarterback or how you can hurt the other quarterback, and that's through pass rush. Thibodeau was great, man. He had a great start to the season there at what was it? Fresno. There we go. He had that strip sack that almost went for a touchdown. And then also I don't think he's played since. I don't know if he played in the Stony Brook game. I don't know why he would. But dude's a great prospect. Detroit. Trey Flowers, he's all right, whatever. Romeo Akawara, they just extended him. They need to get some juice in there, and I think Thibodeau would be the correct answer. Next, they got the Jags going Evan Neal. Get protection for your quarterback, man. Jawan Taylor, he's alright, he's whatever. They got Walker Little there sitting in the back. Cam Robinson on the franchise tag, probably not coming back. Evan Neal, he's been a monster. A guy that at 360 that just moves the way he does. Just doesn't happen. So I don't disagree with this at all, actually. So I see this. I see where they're going here. This might be my first little gripe, though, what he has the Texans going with. Derek Stingley. Not because I think Derek Stingley is a bad prospect. That ain't the reason. I know a lot of y'all be like, oh, he played against UCLA very bad. Yeah, he's cleaned it up since then. Again, once we get to SEC play, if he starts to play pretty poorly, then yeah, okay, then maybe we got a problem there. But until then, it's a real nothing sandwich. But you almost got to say quarterback, right? I think he must really hate the quarterback class here. They're just reading, there's a problem. Texans aren't likely to get a quality value here in the top 3 with a quarterback. So he must really hate the quarterback class. I think Sam Howell's really turned it around since a rocky opener. He played Virginia very well. Spencer Rattler, man, he is, I'm not going to lie to you, I think he might, right now, if things don't shape up, I think there's a good chance he returns to school. And then there's some guys that are kind of rising, like your Carson Strongs, your Matt Corrals, your I guess Will Levis. There's those type of guys. So can anyone maybe get there? I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of curious who his first quarterback will be off the board. Malik Willis has been wonderful this whole season. Why not take him? So not too much of a gripe with the position. They did just get rid of Bradley Roby, but I don't know. I think you still go quarterback. I'm not high on Malik Willis at this point. Malik Willis is probably trending to my top quarterback currently. The Jets, they go Kyle Hamilton. Marcus May, he is on the franchise tag, correct? Yes, and they haven't signed. Okay, just making sure. So this kind of makes a lot of sense with Marcus May being on the. If they're not able to bring back Marcus May, then yeah, you kind of got a big hole there at safety. Kyle Hamilton, he is a top 10, top 5 player in this class currently. The dude's just having a banger year. Yeah, okay, still on franchise tag. I just had to make sure. So I think this makes a ton of sense. I'm a big fan of DeMarvin Leal. I think he's just kind of a Robert Saleh type of guy. But I get it. They're going to get Carl Lawson back next year. They're really stout on the interior. Not that Leal is just a guy that can only do the interior. I think you could play him outside. That's why I kind of like him to Robert Saleh, or at least to Robert Saleh's scheme. But yeah, I kind of understand this. Now the Giants, man. Giants are the next pick. They going in on Aiden Hutchinson. Listen, I'm moving that boy up my board. I did not expect him to put out the year he's put out, just based on what we saw, the extremely little bit we saw in 2020 before he got hurt, and then 2019 just didn't seem. And I still think it's the case that he doesn't have that ideal bend. I don't think he's got a great deal of flexibility around the edge, but the dude's so powerful. He's so good at using his hands. Like, dude, just watching him against Jackson Kirkland, he just walked Kirkland back at sometimes. Sometimes he would do just a disgusting swim move, a nasty push pull. Like, he's got a lot in his arsenal. I think I'm not, again, I came out saying, hey, this guy's great. He's got a very translatable skill set to the NFL. It's just those guys typically aren't taken highly. But when you're this dominant, you kind of are. I think there's one guy that I'd be willing to put ahead of him in this edge class currently, and I'm curious if we'll see him. But the Giants get more pass rush. I mean, a guy like Hutchinson, I think makes a ton of sense. A guy that can play with his hand in the dirt, and I'm not going to lie, I think he could play stand-up if they wanted him to. And then the Bengals go DeMarvin Leal. This one, actually, I kind of got to ponder on. Because I feel like they've invested a lot. They've brought in a lot of guys for that front seven. You really need, I think you really need to address the corner position. The tackle position, it's kind of tough here because after Leal, Evan Neal, right? Oh my gosh, too many similar names. Evan Neal, okay. The tackle class does get kind of sketchy. So I get that. Yeah, I think he even mentions that. But I think I'd be willing to take a Kaiir Elam. He's been wonderful this whole season. I know Andrew Booth is coming off of kind of a rough game against Georgia Tech, but still, I think those guys are worth it here, and you need help in your secondary. Atlanta Falcons, they go Chris Olave. This just feels like a why? He's not going to be the next Julio. Okay, that's actually his first statement. That's funny. But why? Why? I don't get this. Like, offense isn't the problem. Mainly. I mean, it's a problem, but it's mainly not the problem. That defense is horrendous. Address the defense here. Especially when the corner class is this good. Get the top. Get the top guys here in this corner class. Address that. You can make a case, no quarterback off the board yet. Bring in the top quarterback in this class and see if he can be the heir apparent. Get to sit under Matt Ryan. So, yeah, I don't love it. Like, I like Chris Olave a lot. I'm not in love with this pick. I mean, yeah, they could add receivers to that core, but I wouldn't put that high on my priorities list. And then the Giants are back again. This is via Chicago's pick, and they're going Darian Kinyard. Now, Darian, he's been rising on my board as well. I don't know if I'm willing. I don't know if I'm gonna. I'm not like top 10, top 15 with him just yet, because the thing is, the guy's seeing a lot of true pass sets. Like, he's right now on pace to see basically as many true pass sets this season as he's seen his whole career. And he's doing it wonderfully. He has played wonderful football this year. So maybe he's a guy that can stay at tackle. Worst case scenario, he ends up being a banger guard in the NFL. So I definitely think, especially with this tackle class kind of being like on skates, definitely a guy that could definitely rise up boards. As for the Giants, yeah, that offensive line's kind of stinky. Yeah. The Panthers are next up, and this is interesting. He has him going Spencer Rattler. First quarterback off the board. Still ends up being Spencer Rattler, strangely enough. I won't deny it. I love the arm talent, but at some point, you got to stop making those boneheaded mistakes and quit looking for the big play. Some people, they hate how he drifts back in the pocket. Mahomes is the same thing. I don't know if that's something you're really going to get rid of in today's NFL. But I would like Rattler to be more willing to take checkdowns or maybe pick up yards with his feet rather than just trying to sling it downfield in double coverage and whatnot. But Sam Darnold looked pretty darn good, man. I don't know. Well, I mean, we still got a whole season left, but curious. The Eagles, they go Andrew Booth. This one's pretty interesting. Andrew Booth's actually coming off a pretty tough game against Georgia Tech, where he wasn't exactly shut down, but I wouldn't say he didn't let anyone really get by him either. But man, I'm trying to read this as I go. I'm not certain it will be enough to keep them out of the quarterback market, but hey, I don't know if I'd be out of the quarterback market just yet. Like, I've been encouraged with what I've seen thus far from Hurts, but I'm not like wow. I don't know if I'm gonna be wowed enough if there's some good quarterbacks, if the quarterbacks really rise up in this class. But corner help, much needed, man. Steven Nelson's only on a 1-year deal. And how old are you, Darius Slay? I know you can play well into your 30s, but still, like, stuff you want to kind of monitor. He just turned 30. Okay. So, maybe. I don't mind this one bit. The Washington football team, I'm Desmond Ridder. He has as his second quarterback in this class. Listen. Let's go to the Indiana game. Maybe he hasn't seen the Indiana game. Maybe he did see the Indiana game. I thought we saw the inaccuracy problems rise up again against stiffer competition. Like Ridder, he was highballing a lot of guys underneath, nonetheless. Like, man, I just don't. I don't think the accuracy is there for him. Like, I think you can make a case for like Malik Willis, who I think his ball placement has tremendously improved, while Ridder, I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet. Let's see how they do against Notre Dame, man. But yeah, I feel better about a day 2 with Ridder, let alone as your second quarterback on the board. Don't disagree with Washington picking a quarterback though. Then we got the Las Vegas Raiders going Kenyon Green. I kind of like this pick. I think it's pretty darn good. Get more help on that offensive line. Derek Carr, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. I know I've been a bit hard on Derek Carr. I've constantly said, yeah, he's like a middling quarterback. He's like a top 15, top 17 quarterback. He's getting in that top 12, top 10 territory with how he's been playing. I mean, so much so I called them being Pittsburgh this week. But Derek Carr definitely needs some help around him. You could go the defensive route, or you could get him some help on that offensive line, likely on the interior. If they're bringing in Green, and he even lists him as an interior offensive lineman. If they're bringing in Green, you're bringing him in to play guard. So, yeah, it makes sense to me. The Minnesota Vikings go Trent McDuffie is his second. Or not second, because Booth went. Okay, it's his third corner. Trent McDuffie's been shut down this year, yo. He definitely deserves to be in that top 15 talk. I'm a big fan of Trent McDuffie, especially if you're running a zone-heavy scheme. I think put him in. I like him in Zimmer's scheme. I actually like this a lot. So, yes, please. The Colts, they're gonna keep the Colts, or they're not gonna make the Philly trade in this one, but they got him going Zion Nelson, and I'm glad that someone's a lot higher than I am on Zion Nelson, because Zion Nelson, let me tell you, he's been okay this year. You still worry about the anchor with Zion Nelson, man. While he talks about, he's totally a toolsy prospect. You love how he moves. for me, man, he just gets pushed back. You saw it in the Alabama game. You worry how he has to deal with strength, and when can you do that at the NFL level? I don't know. So this is a bit high for me on Zion Nelson. I'm probably more early second, mid second. Probably similar to where I have Charles Cross at this moment as well. I think they're very similar prospects. And then the Broncos go Matt Corral. They go with the quarterback. Okay, man. Matt Corral, man, I'm not going to lie to y'all, man. He might be in my top 3 quarterbacks. Like, he has looked very good this year. I can't wait for SEC play to start. But, yeah, Teddy, he's a great bridge quarterback. He's doing a good thing. He's doing good things there. In Denver, we'll see how long that lasts, though. The Eagles, they're going George Karlaftis. I like this pick. Karlaftis, he's looking like it's his freshman season all over again. You love to see it. I still question if he's going to be a guy on the outside. He has that he lacks length, but the dude's extremely strong, extremely powerful, and he knows how to get nimble, which I think actually fits better along the interior. So, yeah, I mean, I don't mind the pick. I just kind of question the fit. I don't know if he's really a Eagles type of guy. But then again, they got a new coaching staff, man. Things might change. They brought in Milton Williams, who's this undersized interior guy. So maybe George is a guy they keep on the outside. So interesting. I kind of like it. I feel okay about it. But Karlaftis is definitely in this late. For me, he's in this mid to late first round category now. Like this edge class, it won't surprise me if eight guys from this edge class go in the first round. John Mechie going to the Patriots. They get a guy that can separate. Congratulations, Mechie. Man, I don't even know if he's the best receiver on his team. Because let me tell you, that Jameson cat looks kind of good. But, I thought he would be I thought he was tested well this week against Florida. There's a couple of matchups in my head on the schedule that I'm kind of looking more forward to see how he fares, because I really think this cat cannot take physicality. He is not Devontae Smith. I think if he meets a guy that can just push him around there early on and at the line, then oh crap, good luck. But Patriots, I'd be more looking for a corner. You got Elam still on the board here, you know. I think they might be in corner trouble if Gilmore's gone after this year. Maybe J.C. Jackson's gone. J.C. Jackson just put on a 2-interception performance, right? Banger. Cowboys are going Drake Jackson. Listen, I like Drake Jackson. The upside of Drake Jackson's amazing. I have not seen him dominate enough as a pass rusher. I have not. I just haven't. I know the high end might be more for me right now, fringe first, early second. I just haven't seen that the domination that I wanted to see, the consistency as a pass rusher from Jake Jackson yet. So I will not deny his athleticism and his movement skills. The dude's got it out the wazoo. The Tennessee Titans go Devin Lloyd. So Devin Lloyd is the top linebacker in Kyle's draft here, or Kyle's class. I'm all about that. I think this linebacking crew is starting to get interesting, because you got Nakobe Dean, you got the Alabama linebackers Harrison and Henry, and then you got Brandon Smith from Penn State. Looks really good, looking more comfortable there, playing in the middle rather than that overhang role. It's looking like a good class. And Devin Lloyd, he might be the best all around, well balanced, not a liability in coverage. He's a very good athlete, not the uber athlete that a Christian Harris, a Henry Toto, and Nakobe Dean is. Not that same type of athlete. Even Brandon Smith, he's kind of a ridiculous athlete, but he's a good enough athlete. He will not be a liability in coverage. I think he could stack blockers. He's really good coming downhill. He's really good off the edge as well. Oh man, Lloyd's been putting on a show this year. But I guess that means Rashaan Evans, I think they should get out of there, but Jayon Brown is on a 1-year deal, so. Kyrie Elam finally coming off the board, going to the Cardinals. Makes total sense. Next. Steelers, they go Ahmad Gardner. Ahmad Gardner is actually, yeah. I think that is definitely, those are like the 5 top corners in this class. Kind of undisputedly, you got Sauce, McDuffie, Elam, Stingley, and Booth. I think without a doubt. It's going to be interesting how people order or rank those guys. But Gardner, man, good man corner. He's coming to a system that, yeah, it fits. So I like that. I like it. Joe Hayden, he's getting up there in dog years. James Pierre, he's fine. He's okay. Cameron Sutton's been doing a banger job on the outside, though. Man, I really liked him coming out of school, too. Misha Sanders going to the Chargers. That's kind of lit. I kind of like that. I like this guy's length. I like this guy's explosiveness. I want to see him get better with his hands. But still, I like the idea of a system being able to put a guy out there like a Y9 outside of the tackle and just give him hell type of role there. I like that. I like them improving on that pass rush. I like it, man. That Chargers team is very well put together. Building for the future. I don't get why Malik Willis falls all the way to the Saints here. I don't get why Malik Willis falls in general. Like, let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Get to talking about our boy. All right. Willis is a blend of arm talent and explosive runner that certainly feels like it would excite Sean Payton. Oh, my. Who could theoretically, oh my gosh, pronunciation, it sucks, blend his 2 quarterback packages together with Willis on the field. I don't get why he has Willis this low, though. I think Willis has proved tremendously. The footwork, the mechanics, they look a lot better, and he's been a lot more accurate. I don't know. Zach Harrison, though, here going at 24, I think is a little early. He did not look great against Oregon. He's just a very raw prospect. I think he has a great physical profile. He's got a great skill set. It's just, again, very raw. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing with his hands. Nothing's in unison. He really wins with raw upside. Let me tell you, who my number 2 edge currently is Kingsley Enagbare out of South Carolina. He has been just as dominant as Aiden Hutchinson. I'm just saying, he has been just as dominant. And that guy isn't even close to his ceiling. Literally, Lil Wayne, no ceilings. That's what Kingsley is. That's why I got him at number 2, man. He's been so dominant. I can't wait till they really get into the thick of things with SEC play. Actually, they just faced Georgia this week. All right, let's take a quick detour. Let's see how he fared in that Georgia game. All right. No player. Oh gosh, I don't know how to spell Kingsley. All right, let's see how he fared in that Georgia game. All right. He came up with a sack. Wasn't nearly as dominant. Well, okay, to be fair, there wasn't a lot of pass rushing snaps. He had 3 defensive stops, though. The guy's been dominant, dude. He's got 10 pressures, 2 sacks on the year. Granted, one was East Carolina and the other was Eastern Illinois. Just saying, dude. I've been impressive. I like this guy, man. He is bull in a china shop. Violent. Ravens are going Jalen Wademeyer. I'm going to just say right now, I don't think there's a tight end in this class that's first round worthy. Packers. Let's go look at the Packers. They're going Jordan Davis. I get it. Jordan Davis, I feel like he might be in, some team will take him here late first. I feel he's more of a second. I get that Tyler Shelvin feel, though he's getting to actually, rather than opting out like Shelvin did, he's playing, and he's actually playing at a pretty solid level. I think the guy's just so imposing. But, man, if you're the Packers, Drake London feels really good. Well, Garrett Wilson's still on the board here, too. Yeah, I think I'm still thinking. I don't think Adams is sticking around, man. I just don't think it's happening. Browns go Garrett Wilson. It's wild that Wilson falls this far, but also reminder, he's had some drop concerns this season that have popped up. So something to monitor the rest of the season. I know that CJ Stroud could be a bit high on some of his balls. His balls runneth a bit high. But still, if you're going to be top receiver in this class, you got to make those catches. But still, he's been pretty dominant this year. Tyler Linderbaum going to the Bills. He might know more about Mitch Morris's contract than I do. Heir apparent to Mitch Morris, who he's in a contract year in 2022. Okay. Yeah, that's legit. Tyler Linderbaum, I'm going to have him high on my board, but he's probably going to fall because it's the center position. The Dolphins go George Pickens. Let me tell y'all, this wide receiver class is kind of crazy at the moment because I don't think Treylon Burks had, he just kind of exploded, but it was one reception really that put him over the top in the last game. Drake Jackson's been fine. He's been what we expected, which could be fringe first round, but there's some other guys that is Maryland. Couple of Maryland receivers look really good. I think only one's eligible this year though. But Romeo Dubs has been pretty dope. But George Pickens makes sense. I think he could come. I think he could blow up the offseason process and do it pretty darn well. Dolphins getting receivers makes sense, man. It totally makes sense because we really only have Jalen Waddle and then Devontae Parker. Yeah, Devontae Parker. Because Will Fuller's on the 1 year, and then it looks like we got a lot of expiring contracts. So, speaking of Treylon Burks, he's going here at number 30 to the Detroit Lions. A big receiver that can run wee-wee-fa. I don't know why I said it that way. He could run really far, really fast. Good vertical target. He was a vertical target in 2019. Then he was more of this in 2020. There was a bit more nuance to his route running than just you go run wee-wee-fa. I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but I find it funny. Hopefully you do too. Buccaneers go Jordan Battle, dude. I don't know. Mike Edwards kind of had a hell of a game yesterday. But I guess rich get richer. I like Jordan Battle, man. I'm surprised to not see it. Jalen Catalan, who I love Catalan. He's really rising on my boards. I think he's become a very sure tackler. Not even a sure tackler. He's decided to wrap up instead of going for these big hits. And the guy's got just crazy movement skills, man. But Jordan Battle's really good in his own right. I think those three safeties could go in the first round. Brandon Joseph, he's had a rough start to the season. Hopefully it turns around. He is only a redshirt sophomore, though. And then Jalen Dotson going to the Chiefs. Rich get richer. I don't know if I like this, man. Because Kingsley Enagbare, he is literally a Steve Spagnuolo, a Spag type of guy. What happened yesterday in that Ravens game last night, man? They weren't getting a lot of pressure, were they? They were not. I mean, Lamar, man, I know Lamar, he had a rough start to the game, but man, they were having problems. I think that there should be some real concern in the pass rush. So I think you should bring in a guy that Spag likes. He likes these big athletic guys, and Agbar is kind of that guy. Jahan Dotson's. I used to say he felt like a value brand KJ Hamler. He's feeling now more like a KJ Hamler, maybe even a bit better. Like the ball skills actually look a lot better than Hamler's did at Penn State. So very interesting, but interesting draft. He left out a few guys that I really like, but I guess it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comments section below, and that's it for the video. And until next time, you be easy, my friends. Later.